Mr. Toastmaster, my fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests, when we are visiting new places, it's worthwhile having flexible food habits. If we are too rigid about them, it might become a handicap for us. I realized this when I left for Japan on an official trip. This was about 20 years back story. 6 engineers, including me, we were deputed to absorb know-how from a Japanese company for a product. It was a 2-month trip. Before the trip, I was warned that I may not get the food which I like because I happen to be a vegetarian. The other 5 were non-vegetarians. Apparently, they may not have any problem. So, in the backdrop of the excitement of an first overseas trip, I somehow put this in the background. So, but all the same, I got myself prepared. I packed some sweets and pickles with me. So we reached that place. We landed in Japan. This place is around 3 hours away from Tokyo. In fact, it's a small village built around that company. And we checked into a hotel with just about 8 rooms, but a kitchen attached to that and a cook on duty. We were introduced to him. His name was Shiomoto. So after the initial chat, I gave him the pickles and the sweets which I brought to him for storing. So the routine started from next day onwards. So before we leave for our office, we stand by near the cook. We exchange. He used to tell us what he is going to make for the dinner, and we tell him some tips about Indian cooking, things like that. So in that matter of discussion, I told him that we Indians like spicy food. So then he said, then I shouldn't be any problem, I'll try something for you. So he did try something. So the next day, we were waiting for our dinner. The dinner for the other 5, it came first. Because by that time, there was some equation established between the cook and those people. And then my dinner came, which was done on 2 trays. One tray had yogurt and rice. The other tray had 5 compartments. The first compartment had red chilies. The second one had turmeric. Then it had mustard seeds. Then the fenugreek, etc., etc., etc. I was totally, I don't know what to say, but I couldn't withstand my laugh when I looked at the cook. He understood something is wrong. Then I explained to Shio. Shio was his name. Shio, it is not the way we eat our spices. It requires some frying and grinding and things like that. He understood, and I could see some determination in his face that he has to do something better. He took it as a challenge. And I appreciate him. He came out with something really good. Again, after a couple of days, when the dinner was given to us, I found a substance which was looking similar to an Indian curry. So I tasted. The taste was terrific. It was superb. Then from my face he could make out that he was successful. When the others around the table, they also joined me. When they tasted, they were also started praising him. So we all told in one voice that from tomorrow you are going to give curries just like this. He was very happy. So for 3 or 4 days after that, we had real feast for dinner. Then the day after that, when our dinner came, it came without our favorite curries. We inquired with the cook, with Shio, what happened? He said, no, it's all exhausted. I said, what is exhausted? What? Then he told me, the pickles which you brought and gave me, they are all exhausted now. So I can't make your curry anymore from tomorrow. I don't know what to do, because those pickles were supposed to last at least for 2 months for me, because we just take a spoon of that every day. And Shio used it nicely in all the curries, that's why they were tasting so good. But anyway, he was so resourceful. So the end result is I am back to my yogurt and rice. So at that stage, my friends brainwashed me and told me, don't be a fool. Try to eat what we are all eating. So from that day, I transformed. I changed over to being a non-vegetarian. So Japan transformed me, and I am glad I changed from vegetarian to non-vegetarian. Today I relish chicken and fish as much as I relish my vegetarian food. Mr. Toastmaster,